You can see here I'm using the Shrouded Armor. This one can be gotten from the Dark Brotherhood. If I take it off, you can see my character is naked. We still do have on our guild tabard there, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't really do anything for you. We're going to throw that back on. But anyway, my character is currently naked right now. Welcome back to the Chaos. I am ChaosEclipse. Today we are going to be looking at the item collection system that's in ESO. I'm not really going to be teaching anything per se, especially if you are at all at like even a little bit experienced. If you're completely new, you'll probably get something out of this, but I just wanted to point that out because we're not really going to be going over too much stuff that's new. A lot of the stuff has been in the game for a while. I'm just mainly giving you guys an update on my character. So as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, I have been using a character called Chaos Rabies. It is a Nightblade Khajiit, Magicka Nightblade, and he is, I mean, they're all the same level. We're at, I think it's like 701, 703, somewhere around there, champion points. A lot of the stuff I've been doing with him, except I didn't have a lot of the skills and stuff. So I've been going back with the other character, and I have been turning all of the icons like we talked about. I've been turning them all white like this, so basically completing that icon in that area. This character, the one that we are on now, it is my main character from when I very first started the game. So at that time I didn't even have the account called ChaosEclipse. I was named Chaos, but it was like Chaos and then some numbers. So I eventually made one called ChaosEclipse, which ended up being a Necromancer. I would prefer to use that one, just because it'd be the Chaos Eclipse name. But no matter what, they see your PSN on here, so it's still going to show up as ChaosEclipse. But this character is called Chaos Reigns. It is still a Nightblade. It's a Magicka Nightblade. It is also a Khajiit. Looks basically the same as the other one. The only difference is the style and the set gear that I have and everything like that. So the reason for that is this one, when I originally started, this was my very first character, like I said, from the very beginning of the game. This is like pre-ordered, early access, everything like that. That was this character. This was originally it was still a Nightblade, but it was a Stamina Nightblade, and I used a Wood Elf for the extra stamina. I also have the Werewolf skill line, which I showed you guys. I don't have anything into it right now, just because there's no point without it being... well, I did grab that, but that was just, I think, to show you guys the transformation itself, which I won't be getting that again. But it was for the stamina, because werewolves use stamina, and so do the Wood Elves, and then, like I said, it was a Stamina Nightblade. So that was that. More than likely, I'm going to turn this character into a vampire, which I will do that in a future video. I will also go over the cure for the werewolf. You can buy the cure for the werewolf, but we're not going to do that. I'll do the actual mission, and I'll show you guys where to do it for free. It's not a long mission as far as I know. It's just, hey, you need to go do this, kill this, and then you're done. So it's not that simple, but it's pretty simple. Anyway, like I said, the point of this video is because of me switching characters. So everything I have on this character, the skills, I put points into everything that I wanted to, but I still made a mistake with a few things. Like I said, I still have that point into the werewolf. I still have some other things that I want to change. The attributes, even here in the champion tree, because this character is still weaker than the other one. I was doing some testing, and I was trying to solo some stuff, and I can't do it with this character, but I can do it with my other Nightblade. So I don't know what it is, because I would have to sit down and take my time to do every single little thing over and over, and if I make a mistake again, then I would have to reset it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over two things. We're going to go over how to get a free reset of your character. I wouldn't call it, I mean, it's free, but It's going to cost you money the first time. Gold, in-game gold, is not going to cost you actual real money. It's going to cost you in-game gold the first time, and then from there it can be free after that, depending on how you set it up and if you've ever done it on that character. So you do have to do it per character, but this is the best way that I can think of to show you guys. And then the other thing we're going to go over is the sticker book collection, which is called the set item collection in the game. So first things first, let's reset this character. I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So first of all, you can see here up at the top left, I only have 6 points that I have not spent. Everything else is currently slotted in here. I won't go over reslotting everything because that'll take way too much of you guys' time. So I'll just reset this character and I'll leave him, and then I will do it in my own time. But I'll at least show you guys how I'm going to reset this. We're also going to reset the attribute points here, which is also going to cost us money. I think I may have a scroll for this one, but I'll show you guys how to do it where it's going to cost you money. Like I said, you at least want to do that one time. It does not have to be something that you decide to do. This is just if you're looking at doing it in the future. This may be something that you want to do sooner than later, because the more points you have associated, the more it's going to cost you. And then we're also going to reset our champion points completely. You can see right now I only have 5 there, 4 there, 9 there, but if you click on them, you can see how many I have allocated in different areas. So we will go over all of these as well. I'm not even interested in where all my points currently are, because like I said, this character is weaker than the other one, and I don't know why, but that's probably why, is because I have points into things where I probably shouldn't have, because this character started off, like I said, as a stamina character. So let's go. We are currently in, and I want to say that this is going to be available in the capital of all your areas. So we are Ebonheart Pact. So our capital is here in Deshawn, and it is in Mournhold here. And oops, I'm not going to click on that. And you can see here, it's the main building right in the center there. So this is where we're at. You can see that. Does that show it? Yeah. So up in the top right, it says Rededication Shrine. This is what you're looking for. You need the Shrine to Kine, and the Shrine to Stun. You don't need the Shrine to Mara. That is to get married to another character. If you do have a ring, which I think I have one on this character that I never showed you guys. If you get married to a character, it's not in there. It's probably in the bank. If you get married to a character, it does give you a boost to your XP while you're playing with that character. You do have to be in a group with them. You have to be doing the same activity. Not necessarily the same activity, but within the same distance of each other. So, or not same distance, within a certain distance of each other. So like if we're both in town and we're both crafting, then we'll both get that that experience points. Or if we're both in a group and if one of us is inside of a dungeon and the other one is not, you will not get that experience. So you both have to be in that dungeon, things like that. I think you have to at least be in the same zone, and the dungeons do count as zones. So like even if we're both here in Deshawn, say I'm up over here and I'm just doing stuff in the open world, but he is up over here and he's doing stuff in the open world, we're both going to still be getting that that XP. Yes, I said I did marry a guy in this game. I have no problem admitting that. So the ring, or I'm sorry, the Shrine to Mara, I don't remember how to get the ring. I don't know if that's even still a thing. Here is the shrine. You'll both come here, you'll both have the ring, and then you have to link it to each other. It is a yellow ring. I don't even know if they still do it, but I think ours came with the pre-order of the game, and then we just decided to marry each other because we were friends and we were going to level together and everything else. That is the guy who way out leveled me, and he's still a higher level. Because like I said, this was my main character. This is also the character that I did create a guild on, which he was originally I was originally the leader, and then I passed to him because he kept playing. And with me, I still come back to games all the time. I came back to this one. He does not play anymore, but he did jump on the other day, and he actually passed the lead back to me. So if we look at our guilds here, you can see I got rid of the one that says breed rare. That was a secondary one that really wasn't working out because you need at least 10 people to be in the guild to at least have access to the guild bank. So rare breed is the one that I created, and then I passed him when I stopped playing, but now that he's not playing and I am, he passed it back to me. So if you take a look in here, you can see that this is this is our guild. So that's my character there. That's his. He still had about 200 levels on me. It says he was online 6 hours ago, which is why I haven't deleted anything out of the game, because I do think that he might end up jumping back into it. Maybe not. I don't know. But we got lucky with this one because, like I said, you have to have at least 10 people in the guild in order to have a guild bank. So we have people in here. If you look at the bottom, because we have it sorted by the last time they were on, you can see some of these guys haven't been on for 109 months, 108 months. These are the ones that are leaving the guild open for us. They're never going to come on. They're never going to delete their character. They're never going to go in here. So unless ESO comes in and does a wipe, we're always going to have this guild because of these characters down here. It is hard to get a guild like that, but basically it's just me and him, and then the next character is like 3 months. 3 months ago was the last time they were online, and they're only level 28, so if they're not leveling a level 28, they're probably not going to level it. So more than likely that's going to be another one that's just going to just delete over time. This was another guy that we started with long time ago. He got out of the game way before we did, but good guy. But yeah, so this is now my guild. It does come with a guild bank and everything. You have control of everything in here, adding people, everything. It just depends on what you want to do. We never owned a guild trader because it does cost money. But since we're actually here, I can show you what he has in the guild bank. And I say what he has in here because I stopped using the guild bank because he was playing a lot more, so he put a lot of personal stuff in here, and then recently I started adding to it. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that that I personally don't need anymore, or not don't need, but it's like duplicates, like recipes that I can't use, anything like that. So the last time he was on, he probably did not have the subscription, so he has stuff like this in here, which is normally in your crafting bag, but he has this stuff. He has necklaces. I don't know what he was doing with these. I don't know if he was trying to keep the sets, because back then the sticker book collection, or the item collection set as it's called in game. So item collection set is what the game calls it. What all the people call it is a sticker book collection. You'll see why in a second. But he has all of this in here because he was either trying to research them, or he was trying to sell them, or he was trying to keep them for the collection. But a lot of this stuff is stuff that should either be in a crafting bag, or it's stuff that that he was just holding on to for whatever reason. I also threw all of my companion items in here. He already had, I want to say probably about 10. I probably threw another 10 in here. So we have a ton of companion items. We're probably going to end up selling these. I may use Ember and take a look and see if Ember can use any of these. A lot of these recipes are ones that, like I said, that that either he threw in here or I threw in here that were duplicates. So like this one that was back up here. Where'd it go? This one is probably one that he threw in there because it does say use to learn recipes. So it's one that I don't have on this character. The majority of these I probably do have on this character just because, like I said, this character was my very first character. I learned a lot with this character. So I will leave them in here for a bit, see if he ever uses them. If not, I'll probably end up selling them. I'll just use one of the other guilds that I am currently in, and I'll sell them that way. The other thing is that you can join up to 5 guilds, if you guys did not know that. So you can join up to 5 guilds. If you take a look here at your social tab, go to guilds, you can see right now I'm in 3 of them. So these 2 are technically the same guild. What I mean by that is these are a group of friends. These are the only 2 I've came across. I don't know if they have a 3rd or a 4th or something like that, but these are 2 that actually it looks like they have 3 of them right there. It says guilds. So Order Knights right there in the center, it says guilds. Order Knights of, or I'm sorry, Orders of Knights Radiant, the Stormlight Archive, and Kaladin's Bridge 4. So I'm in 2 of those guilds that are ran by the same group of people. What they do, or at least what it seems like they do, is they rotate their guild traders. So they always have a guild trader, and then they just bid on the same ones over and over, which is fine. I have no issue with that. But this is how I've been using the guild traders. So you can see here they have one right there in the top center. It says guild trader. It says Fairdare in Daggerfall. So they have one guy here in Daggerfall, and then this one is over in Shornhelm. I don't even know where that's at. But they have those two traders that they are using currently. That's how I sell items in the guild store. If you guys want to know how to use a guild store, you'll come up to a banker. You can't be one of your bankers like this. Can't be one of these because it won't work. This only shows your bank. It doesn't even go to, oops. There we go. It doesn't even show the guild store or the guild bank. It's only your personal bank that uses, so it can't be one of those characters. But you'll come up to a banker and you'll hit X. You can see here it says guild bank and guild store. You click on guild bank. This went into my guild bank, my rare breed one. You can see down on the bottom right it says rare breed. If I decided to look at another guild bank, I can hit triangle and then I can pick which one I want to look at. So if I want to look at the Stormlight Archive, which I'll tell you right now I don't have access to, they have it set to where lower ranks don't, and I am a lower rank. But if I wanted to look, I can hit X on that, and you can see there it does in the bottom right, changes to the Stormlight Archive, and then there in the center it says no permission. That's because I don't have permission. They didn't give me permission, which is fine. I don't care about that. But the main reason you want to join guilds is for the camaraderie, the gameplay, and the guild trader. So if you go to guild store, once again it pulls up my main guild. So down on the bottom right it says rare breed. We don't have anything in here at all because we don't have a guild trader. So these two have guild traders. If I click on one of them, you can see up in the top left where it says player capacity. No, that's not right. Sell. Where does it show it at? Oh, at the bottom. Okay, so at the bottom, if you go to sell, yeah, if you go to sell, you can see it says create listing of 30. I can put 30 items in their guild bank that I can sell. Right now I still have 6 in there that are pending. They're either just not being sold or someone's currently purchasing them, whatever the case is. They just haven't sold yet. But if I wanted to sell an item, I can come in here. If I want to buy an item, I can come in here. Say I wanted to buy one of those sealed writs that we went over the last time. You come in here, type in writ. I can hit search. These are all the writs from fellow guild members that are being sold. So if you look in the bottom right above where it says Guild the Stormlight Archive, it says the seller is Kasaikul. I think that's how you say that. I could be wrong. You can see the person who's selling each one of these. These people are members in this same guild that you're in. And that's only because we're looking at our guild store. I can buy directly from them, which is what I usually do. Obviously I will check, the local ones and stuff like that, but I will check in here too if I'm by the banker. And then the other thing I can do is I can come and I can go to sell. This pulls up everything that's currently in my inventory. It does not pull up items that are in my bank. So say I wanted to sell this because I already know it. I can hold square. You can see down at the bottom center it says hold square to search for item. Hold square. You can see it pulls it up in the browse thing for the guild. And then I hit square again to submit. It says no items found, a modifier search, try again. That means that no one is currently selling this item. So if I want to, I can come back over here to sell. I can hit X on it and I can sell this item and I can price it whatever I want to price it at. So it just depends on what you guys want to put items in the game for. If you're trying to sell it, and then you can see there that there is a listing fee. So say I wanted to sell this for 1,000. You can see that there's a listing fee. It requires 10 gold for me to post it in there. And then the house, once it does sell, they take a 70% cut. So I end up with a 920 gold profit if it sells. That's how you can sell items. But that was not even part of the video. I got carried away with that because I never talked about guilds. Let's go over here. Let's reset our character and I will show you guys what's going on here. So first things first, these are the shrines. Like I said, this one's to get married. These two are the ones that you're going to want to reset your character. So if I come up to this one, I hit X on it, you can see this one is for my attributes. Because I have all my attributes in game, it is going to cost me 3,200. The more often you do this, the higher the amount is going to cost you, if I'm not mistaken. It's also going to depend on how many attributes you currently have slotted. So I, luckily enough for that, I have an actual item that I can use, so I'm not going to spend money on that one, but that is how you would do it. I'm going to come here, I'm going to go to slottable items, I'm going to go to, it's in here somewhere, Maybe. Is it not slottable item? Let's check supplies. Do I not have it on this character? Or did I pass it? I'm so confused now. Did I put it in the bank? So let's check our bank. Remember, this is your personal bank. I'm gonna leave it on withdrawal, and I'm gonna look for a scroll to reset my attributes. Here we go. So yeah, I don't know why I threw them in the bank. Oh look, and we have a skill respecification one too. Okay, that's good. So I'm not gonna have to spend it on 2 of them. Okay. Well, anyway, so you would come in here. If you have one of these, you can take it. So we're gonna withdraw. Ah, that took both of them. We'll just go ahead and take both anyway. Alright. Put you away. Actually, no, we'll leave you out. We'll leave you out. Let's go to inventory, slottable. See, it might not be a slottable item. Yeah, I don't think it is. Okay, here they are. So we're going to split these real quick. And we're going to put these back in there. At least one of each. So deposit. One of those and one of those. Okay, now we can put you away. Okay, so like I said, for your attributes, it's going to cost 3,200 if you have them all assigned. This one, the last time, cost me 14,000, but now it's only 13,800. And you're like, well, you just said that if you redo it again soon, that it's going to go higher. That is true. The only reason that it's only at 13,800. The only reason it's at 13,800 is because I don't have them all assigned right now. Like I said, you can see I still have 6 points there. So what we're gonna do, and that's what makes me think that it's not going to that it's not gonna go higher, because even if I had those 6, I think it would still be around 14. I don't know though. Maybe they change that. Anyway, so I might be able to do both of these for free. It looks like, because I do have these scrolls. These scrolls you can get from either purchasing them in the Crown store, or you can get it from your daily login. Daily rewards, you can usually get them in here. That one's a scroll of experience. That's an instant research. Let's see. There's one there. So that's probably where I got the other one. Attribute respecification scroll, and then I'm not sure where I got the other ones from. Probably a previous month or something. Oh, right there. Yesterday. So there's a skill one, and there is the attribute one. So that's how I got those items. And they are bind on pickup, which means they're bound to your account, but they're not bound to your character. So that's why they were in the bank. But anyway, we're going to come in here. We are going to use both of those. So we're going to go ahead and hit X on this. Now it's going to basically let me just take some of these away and put them wherever I want. And then I can hit X at the bottom to confirm. We're going to take them all out. We're going to not do any at all. We're going to take everything completely out. So all the way to 0, everything's 0, and we're going to hit X. You could have also hit, what is that, triangle to do clear all. Oh, well, that kind of reset it. There we go. So you can hit triangle to do clear all, and then we're going to hit X. It asks you, are you sure you want to assign these attribute points? This will consume 1 attribute respecification scroll. We're going to hit yes. Well, we're going to hit X to confirm. So there we go. So now I can come in here and I can reassign those. I could have just reassigned them right there on the spot, but I'll show you why I left them at 0. We're going to do the same thing with our skill points here. So we're going to open up our skills. I'm sorry, not open the skills. We are going to hit X on skill respecification scroll. It's going to take you into your skills. And then in here, you can go through and you can just take away from points where you don't want them. If you're just looking at resetting a couple of them, like I said, you can just hit either L1 to take away or R1 to put points into. Doesn't matter. We're going to reset everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit R3. You can see here that you can either do that whole skill line or you can do all skill lines. We're going to do all skill lines. Hit X. You can see up in the top left, nothing is assigned, but up in the top left, I have 283 points that I can now put back into my character. So we're not going to do that in here. We are going to hit square to confirm it. And we're going to hit X to confirm that we're using the scroll. So now we should have no skill points assigned and no attribute points assigned. You can see there, I'm not going to put anything in there yet. We're just going to back out. And then the last thing, our champion points here. This one you don't need a shrine for. You just come in here and down in the bottom center, it says hold triangle to redistribute. We're going to hold triangle. It says it's going to cost 3,000. I believe this one also goes up in price if you do it too often. I've almost never done this one, but we are going to do it. So it says you are attempting to redistribute the points spent in all constellations. Any pending changes you recently have will be reverted. You will be charged 3,000 if you commit the changes. You will not be charged if you do not confirm your changes. So I believe you can actually come in here and you can do just one tree. No, I guess no matter what, it makes you do all of them. Yeah, okay, well, doesn't matter because that's what we want to do anyway. So we're going to hold triangle, we're going to hit yes. That's going to cost us 3,000 gold. You can see there, no, it didn't really, oh, did I not? I don't think I confirmed it. Or did I just screw that up? Yeah, I didn't confirm it. Okay, so hold triangle. It's going to cost us 3,000. We're going to hit yes. Now we need to go and clear everything because it's the same way. So if we come in here, we can take away from here. So we can do L2 to take away from there. We're not going to do that. We're just going to hit R3 in the bottom right. You can see that it says clear. So we're going to hit R3. That gives us 235 in crafting, 234 in warfare, and 234 in fitness. At the very bottom, like I said, we're not going to assign everything. We're going to leave everything unassigned. We're going to hit square to confirm that it's going to cost us 3,000. Yes. There we go. So now, while your character has no points on them, you want to make sure you have no points. Do not put any points into anything, but don't panic. You're not going to have any skills. We're not going to go do any combat or anything. You should have a free room that you got, which we went over in one of our previous videos. But you should have a free room that you've gotten in the beginning of the game. In that free room, we're going to go to one, and we'll actually use the way shrine for this. Now this does not reset your riding skill. If you guys had points in your riding skills, you don't have to worry. That's not something that you can't even reset that. There's no point to reset it because you can put points in all of them, and taking away does nothing for you. Redistributing does nothing for you unless you have like 30, 20, 20, but I mean that just depends on how you did your character. Alright, so our main place I believe is this one here. It is the old Mistvale Manor. It is in the Rift. So if we come and look at the Rift, ours is right here. We're going to go there and we're going to go inside of it. Yes, I do want to travel there. Bear with me, I will show you guys what to do next once we get here. Because there is one more step that there's a couple more steps, but if you guys already know what's going on here, then you don't have to watch the rest of the video. But if you don't mind, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. So this is our house. If you take a look inside, there's nothing in there because I don't really do any furnishing or anything like that. The main thing I use this for is the crafting stuff. So if you guys remember in a previous video, if you've been following the channel, I do have a Clever Alchemist blacksmithing station. I have a Stun's Favor clothing station, and I have Armor of the Seducer for woodworking. I have no idea why I picked these, because now going back on them, I thought I could change them, but now going back, evidently you can't, at least not on these ones. There's something you can do with the stations at a later point in time, which I can touch a little bit on this one. Actually, I'll explain it. So each one of these are stations that you can learn from in the open world. I'll go over those in a minute, but first let's go to what we came here for. So this here is an armory station. This should be free in your crown store, at least the very first one, or where would it be? Store. And then in here you should be able to find a crown station somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's at. If it's not in here, then it's already going to be in your editing tools to put it down somewhere. That's the outfit slot. So this is the other thing. It comes with one outfit slot already unlocked. You may want to buy more than one, but that is up to you, because you can see there it's going to cost you 1,500 crowns. But we're only using the one, and I will show you why in just a second. I'm just trying to see if it's in here when you have to buy it, or where you have to obtain it from. So these are the houses if you want to buy them. I would not buy any of these houses. You can if you have the crowns for it. Go for it, knock yourselves out. I don't have that kind of money, so it's just never going to happen for me. Furniture. Maybe it's under furniture? There it is, Armory Station. You can see there it says free. I did purchase it, so it's under furniture, and then come down to special. It's Armory Station. Like I said, it's free. Comes with one slot already unlocked. So once you place that down, to place it down, you will hold right on the D-pad and you'll hit circle. That will take you into your editing thing. You can hit square, and in here you can find it. I believe it's probably going to be under workshop. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. It's either going to be under workshop or under services. So you can come in here, you can grab whatever, you can place it down, and then you can exit this by holding right again, circle, and there you go, you're back out. So wherever you placed it, mine is right here. Before you click on this, the last thing you want to do is you want to go to your inventory. You want to unequip everything you currently have equipped. So I have everything locked that I have been using. Well, not the offhand, because I did switch out to restoration staff, but this is the one that I was using previously. So what we're going to do is we're going to unequip everything here. Come down to our main hand, unequip that. We're going to unequip our headpiece, unequip our chests, unequip our shoulders, unequip that, unequip, unequip, unequip. I was making sure I hit it. Unequip the necklace, unequip both rings. Just make sure. Okay, so now our character is completely naked. The reason why it still looks like I have armor on is because this is a costume that I'm currently wearing. So if you come up to here, you go to collections, you can go down to appearance, go to costumes. You can see here I'm using the shrouded armor. This one can be gotten from the Dark Brotherhood. If I take it off, you can see my character is naked. We still do have on our guild tabard there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really do anything for you. We're going to throw that back on. But anyway, my character is currently naked right now. So now I will come in here, go to Armory Station, and you can see here it says Armory. The Armory Station allows you to save and quickly switch between different character builds. An Armory slot will save your character's current attributes, actives, passives, abilities, equipped items, champion points, vampire, werewolf curse, Mundus stone, quick slot setup, and outfit and an outfit slot. First, save your build to an armory slot. After this, you can equip you can equip that slot whenever you are interacting with an armory station or armory assistant. You may also rename armory slot to better suit your build. So actually it looks like it comes with 2 already unlocked, so that's good. So right now we have nothing equipped. The only downside to what I'm doing right now is because we have the curse of the werewolf, this is automatically going to be something that's going to give it to us all the time. So we're always going to have the werewolf curse. So that might be an issue in the future, but right now I'm not too worried about it, because either way, even if I got rid of this curse and I redid it to vampirism, if I decided to make this character a stamina again, then I'd have to unlearn that. Or if I just did neither one, I'd still have to get bitten, so it's not really going to matter too much. Like I said, I will change that in the future, though. The other thing, I don't remember what else it said. There was another thing too. Anyway, So what we're going to do is we are going to save this build. We're going to hit triangle to save this build. It says, are you sure you want to save over build 1? We're going to hit yes or accept. There we go. It is now saved. So now we can rename the build. How do we rename this? Build settings. So we are going to put nothing. And then I'm also going to put, you guys can put whatever you want. I put WWC for Werewolf Curse, so it knows that now in the future I'll know that I have nothing on this character, but I do have the Werewolf Curse on this build. So I can hit accept. Oh, okay, okay. Come on, come on. Nothing. WWC. R2, there we go, and then if I want to I can change the icon. Nothing really in here that kind of catches my eye. I know there's a whole list in there, but we'll just leave it at that. So there you go. Every time I want to equip nothing at all, you can see there I have nothing. I don't know why it says that up with the skills up at the top. It's just a whole bunch of numbers there. I don't know why it has that. But anyway, so that means that I think that might be like a seed that your character has or whatever. So now that we have nothing, you can see everything is reset. So what we can do is we can come in here, we can put all of our points back into magic if that's what you decide to do. So I can commit those points, yes. I can come down to my skills, which like I said, I'm not going to do all of these because I don't want to waste you guys' time. If I decide I want to go ahead and put all my points back into crafting, I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to refill all the crafting real quick so you guys can see how this works. Bear with me here while I at least fill up all the crafting ones. And obviously some of these you won't even need, so this is why I said that you may want to do this sooner than later anyway, because once your crafting is maxed out, you can still use it obviously, but you're not going to want too much stuff like this. Because you're like, if your character's already maxed out, you're not going to need to research items anymore. That's 4 extra points that you can use in a different skill. So every time, or not every time, but when your character's maxed out, you're not going to need those anymore. So that's why I said that you guys may want to set this up. And then the reason why I say you might want to set it up sooner than later is because if you have the re-specification scroll, you can use that, but if you have less points in everything, it's going to cost you less if you don't have those scrolls. Oops, I missed one there. Alright, 2 more, and I'll show you guys what is going on here. Funny because I'm just spamming X, but one of them went really fast and these other ones are just taking forever. I think I just timed it like perfectly on the other one. Okay, so now that we have all of those assigned, so you can see here I went from however many I had to only 142 points left, and I do have all of the points in my crafting that I currently want. I didn't put anything else anywhere else, but that's besides the point. I will show you guys why in a second. So all of our crafting is good there. We did put all of our points back into Magicka, and we have our stuff here. This is not going to matter either, so check this out. Let's say we came in here and I decided, okay, well, I want a whole bunch of points here. And then I want a whole bunch of points here. And then I want a whole bunch of points here. And I have no idea what I'm even putting points into. And I got 15 extra points that I'll put here. Alright, so I left out all of the good stuff. So I left out the increased amount of gold you find in treasure chests and save boxes by 10% per stage. I left out the one that helps you when you're disassembling items. I left out the one that gives you better quality items. I left out the one that reduces the time it takes to harvest. So I left out a whole bunch of good ones there. I'm going to hit confirm. So I'm going to hit square. It says, are you sure you want to commit the points? Yes. So all my crafting points and there are a whole bunch of dumb stuff that I'm never going to use. And then you can see there I have 0 there. So we're not even going to mess with the other 2 trees. All of that is confirmed. Our character is still naked. We're going to take off the costume so you guys can understand what is going on here. So we're going to take that off. We're also going to remove our guild tabard. There we go. So you can see here I have a naked character. Nothing at all assigned to him. A whole bunch of stupid stuff in our champion points here. A whole bunch of points that we already associated in our skills. And our character has, you know, 64 magical points. So say I wanted to redo this character again, instead of doing everything I just did and going back and spending money on the shrine, using the scrolls, because I probably don't have any more scrolls or anything. Now that I have this this saved here with nothing, I can come in here and I can do equip build. If I hit square on equip build, it says here, are you sure you want to equip the nothing WWC? This will respec your skill, your champion points, your attribute points, and your and set your quick slots to what it is saved in the armory build. Scribe skills will not be changed from what scripts you currently have scribed. So that just means that if you've done any of the scribing and you've made any of the skills, they're not going to be reset. You'll still either have them or you won't, depending on which ones you've learned. That has nothing to do with this. So we're going to hit X here. You can see it says you've successfully equipped nothing WWC. So then if we hit OK, we back out and we come back in our character here. You can see I got all of my 64 points back. I have all of my my stuff unequipped again. So I'm back to 282 points that I can put in there, and then I have my champion points back to where I can put them in the right stuff here. So that is why you want to come and you want to make an armory slot that has absolutely nothing on it. So now every time I decide I want to change up my character and I want to try something different, it's not going to cost me money every time I want to do points. I can actually test stuff. If I want to test my DPS, I can come and use this target dummy, which a lot of people do, and then they make videos and they're like, oh, 130 DPS, check this out. It's up to you guys. I would not go off of those videos. Yes, they might be able to do 100 and, you know, whatever, 130 DPS on one target that is not moving, not doing anything. It's not the same as going into a PvP battleground. It's not the same as doing a raid. So I would not trust those videos. It's just a number tactic showing what they can possibly get. Oh, and thank you for the sub, Cortex. I appreciate
Thanks for the
that.
sub!
And Brent Anderson. That is crazy. I'm doing a video right now. I'm not even live. But thank you for the subs. YouTube is actually pretty crazy because a lot of times that doesn't even happen when it's supposed to happen. So they may not have just now subbed. That was probably hours ago, and YouTube is just now picking it up. But anyway, thank you for those subscriptions. I appreciate that. But my thing is, so say they did one for like 130 DPS and they did it with a target dummy or whatever, and then they just show their character in action. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're doing massive amounts of DPS out in the open world and stuff like that. But it's still going to be different versus fighting one of these targets. As you can see, this target has 6 million health. I'm sure his armor is different from, you know, anything else you're going to be fighting in the open world. So just keep all that in mind, guys. So now that we have a character with absolutely nothing on him, that is perfect. Now we don't have to worry about ever resetting our character. The only thing we're ever going to have to worry about with this character, now that we made it, which, like I said, I will probably change it in the future, is the werewolf curse. It's going to be a little bit annoying because I am going to turn this character into a vampire, which, if anything, what I can do is I can make that for the second build here. So I can leave this one with the werewolf curse, and then when I go unlearn the werewolf and I learn the vampire, I can make this one a nothing one as well, and do it with the vampire curse. So I'll have one with a werewolf curse with nothing, and then one with nothing with the vampire curse. I may end up doing that because that actually would be easier. All right, and then the last thing that I want to show you guys is the how these work. So I went over these a little bit in a previous video as well. I'll try to keep this under an hour. It looks like we're probably about 45 minutes now, so I got about 15 minutes to explain this. It shouldn't be too hard. These are crafting stations that are gotten from doing your writs. So first things first, let's go back to where we can look at our writs. So we're going to go over to Deshaun because it's the best place that I know of. So we're going to go over to Deshaun. Now normally these characters are at every spot where you look. I'm even running slower, guys. Normally these characters are at every spot where you would turn in your writs, but it's these characters here that you want to look for. You can see this is a Mastercraft Mediator and an Achievement Mediator. The Achievement Mediator you don't have to worry about. This is the one we're looking for, the Mastercraft one. If you come in here, if I have to take a look at the store, these cost writs. This is why you want to be doing your daily writs anyway. Because you do your daily writs and then you'll end up getting sealed writs, which sealed writs will end up giving you writ vouchers. Writ vouchers you can then use to buy these things. Hopefully you guys understood that because I went a little bit fast there. If you need a further explanation, let me know. If you want a basic crafting station, you can buy these. It's normal alchemy station, 35 writs. Normal blacksmithing station, 35 writs. You can even buy a dye station. You can get a transmute station, which poop. It is going to be longer than 15 minutes because I still need to go over the transmute for you guys. But anyway, you can buy any of these stations you guys want for 35 writs. The transmute station is $12.50, but I will explain why and what that is in a second because that one is actually a big one. If you come further down and you look at these ones, a tunable blacksmithing station. It's not 35 anymore, it's 250. You have an attunable clothing station, an attunable woodworking station. I think there's an attunable everything. I think you can even get an attunable jewelry crafting station. It's just going to be in a different area. There's also a Grand Master crafting station. You'll have a Grandmaster blacksmithing, a Grandmaster clothing, Grandmaster woodworking, and Grandmaster jewel crafting. I honestly don't know where they're at. They're probably just at a different vendor. Most of the good vendors, I think, when it comes to stuff like that, is probably in the Clockwork City. But you may want to Google that and find out where they're at. I apologize that I don't know where they're at. But I can show you one. Because one of the guilds that I'm in actually has one. And the whole reason I went over the attunable blacksmithing station versus the Grandmaster blacksmithing station is because of what I'm about to show you. So if we hit our start button there, we're going to go down to social, we're going to go down to our guilds, and we're going to highlight this one here because this is the one that I know that has it. This is also what I'm going to start working on with my rare breed one, which is going to take me forever. And I'll explain why in a second. So if we come in here, you can see, where's it at? You can see here he has something called Crafting Hall. So this is Kenji Cool's Earth Tier Cavern. That is his home. But it's called a crafting, like it's under Crafting Hall because it is a crafting hall. And I'll show you what I mean. So if we come in here, we're going to hit square. You can see down in the bottom center it says travel to house. So we're going to go to this guy's house and we are going to take a look at something in here. Also, one of the things I want to point out when you did reset your character, so this character currently has a Mundus Stone of the Thief, I want to say. It's either the Shadow or the Thief. That is also saved on the build. So if you guys already have a Mundus Stone, whatever Mundus Stone you have is also saved onto the build. So let's see what Mundustone we have. We have the Thief. So this one gives us, it increases our weapon and spell critical strike ratings by 12. So this is a crafting hall. You're like, oh, where's all the crafting stuff? They're right here. These are Grandmaster crafting stations. You can see they have a Grandmaster blacksmithing, Grandmaster clothing, Grandmaster jewel crafting, and woodworking. And then, of course, they have an armory station, which I think you can use. Okay, yeah. I was going to say you can use these, but it's going to be your, like, whatever your set is. It's not going to be sets that they have saved. They also have an outfit station, alchemy station, and enchanting, and then cooking. So if I ever need to do any crafting, I can come here. So how can I explain this? Let's start with blacksmithing. We only need to go over one of them, but we'll do blacksmithing. So you guys seen in my camp, the blacksmithing one that I had was already an attuned one. It had like a certain set on it. I don't remember what the set was, but it wasn't a set. If you buy one of these Grandmaster blacksmithing stations, they cost 1,500 writs, not 35 for the normal one, not 250 for the attunable one, but these ones are 1,500. The reason why these are 1,500 is because you can have every crafting possible thing on this. So if you hit X on it, it's going to pull up the blacksmithing. You can see here at the top it says item set. If I want to craft anything normal, I'll just do it right here, right now. You can see that there's no sets. I could just craft whatever. I don't have these here because I didn't put any points into anything. But say I wanted to craft just a regular greatsword, you know, level 1, I wanted to do Breton style and no trait, then I could do that. Now, if I decided that I wanted to craft any one of the sets, I need to know where that set comes from. So let's say I wanted to do a craftable PvP set. So I click on PvP. These are all of the craftable PvP sets. So let's see here. This one gives me health and armor, so it's pretty tanky. Probably not something I want. This one has more health, a lot of resistance. This gives us minor uncertainty and minor enervation to the enemy. Maybe not. I'm looking for one with magic. That one has a little bit of magic. That's stamina and magic. So it's probably be this one. No, this one would probably be my best bet for PvP. Now that's because it's a craftable one. I'm not saying that this is the best one that you guys should go for or anything like that. I'm just showing you if I wanted to build this. So let's just say I wanted to do the Dauntless Combatant here. I hit X on it. You can see it under item set. It is now set to Dauntless Combatant. I can go to creation. You can see at the top now, instead of 2 little orbs, there's 4. So these 2 are the normal ones for weapons and apparel, but if I go over, you can see these are sets. So now I can make this set as long as I have the correct amount researched. You can see that these here, it requires me to have 3 traits researched, which it looks like I do because they're all green. And then of course I can come down here and I can craft whatever. It's only letting me craft level 1 because, like I said, I have not put points into anything else. But the main thing is you have to have the traits researched, and then of course you can do whatever style you have researched, and then you can do whatever trait you want on it as long as you have that researched as well. So that is a Grandmaster crafting station. The way that these work, like I said, they cost 1,500 rids, and it consumes the attunable crafting station. So if we look at our item sets here again, let's say we are in the Alliance Zone and we find something called Death's Wind out there, and it's like, hey, this might be something that I want in the future. If you take a attunable, which this is going to cost you 250 writs, if you take an attunable blacksmithing station and you turn it into the Death's Wind and you have that one, you can then take that crafting station that costs you 250 writs and you can use it. You can use this Grandmaster one to consume it. Once you consume it, it is now going to unlock that Death's Wind for your Grandmaster crafting station. So whoever bought this has either spent a lot of money or they just had a lot of people working towards the same goal. So you have to think, first things first, they had to spend 1,500 writs just to buy this station with no, it didn't come with anything. It's just a normal station by itself. Then from there, they had to spend 250 for every single one of these. And you can see at the top, it says they have 80 of 80 research. So they have all of the sets learned on here. So whatever 80 times 250 is, I'm bad at math. Somebody tell me what that is. That's how many writs he spent just to unlock every single thing for this Grandmaster Crafting Station, plus the 1500 to buy this. And then on top of that, he did this with every single one of these. He has 80 of 80 for the clothing. He has 80 of 80 for the jewel crafting. And he has 80 of 80 for the woodworking. I'm assuming this was a guild achievement that they all did together, because I don't know anyone in their right mind that would go through something like this. But it is going to be something that I'm going to start working towards, because why not, right? I don't know when they came out with the Grandmaster crafting thing. I think it had to do probably when they did the jewel crafting, back when they started the jewel crafting, because I don't think this was a thing before. Because I think even when the game first launched, it didn't even have the attunable ones. But yeah, so that is that. And then of course in a guild hall like this, which this is also something I'm going to be working towards, how I mentioned the Mundus stones that is saved to my character now, this guy also has every single one of the Mundus stones in here. So if I decided that I wanted to switch from the thief to the shadow, I just need to look for it. That's probably a thief there. That's probably why it's not showing anything. Thief, lord, lover, shadow. There's a shadow. So if I wanted to switch and I wanted to go to this one, this would increase critical damage and critical healing. So let's say that I wanted to switch that. Boom. There we go. This is now my new Mundus stone that I'm using instead of the thief one. So this is something you want to work towards probably in your what's it called? Your guild hall, because this is pretty awesome. I plan on working towards this myself, but it's just me, so it's going to take an extremely long amount of time. Unless you guys want to start donating stuff to me, hey, just send it to ChaosEclipse on PSN. You know what I'm saying? Doubt anyone's going to do it, but hey, worth at least throwing out there, right? But anyway, I also do need to get a bigger house before I do something like this. But yeah, and then of course they have the training dummies, they have banks and stuff that were up over there. So they pretty much have everything in here. It's a really good guild that I have joined. There's also other guilds that will require you to pay like 5,000 gold per week or per month or whatever to help them buy their vendors and stuff. These guys do not require it, but it's probably because they make so much money off of people trading in their guild anyway, with the houses cut. And then on top of that, they themselves are usually around, I'm not saying they are max level characters, but they probably have a lot of their stuff maxed out and they probably make a lot of gold on their own. My character is not even that maxed out, and you guys can see that, I don't know if you noticed, I'm already at 311,000. The only reason I'm even sitting on that is because I plan on spending it. I just don't know on what yet. I'm relearning everything with the, or not relearning, but I'm learning everything with the scribing, and I want to see where I'm going to, or what scribe skills I want to buy. So, but yeah, that's that. And then the last thing is the transmute and the sticker book, which brings us to our main event that we were talking about. So, as you guys know, I had to switch from the other character to this one. That kind of put us in a bit of a situation. So I had to go and I had to reacquire Ember, and of course just put us over here. How do I just travel back to where I was? Can I just do it from inside the house? Oh, and I'm only previewing now. I'm not even in his house. That's okay though. So yeah, this is what it normally looks like. They built everything else that you guys seen. So like the platform to where it went completely across, they built all that. Oh, what was that? Oh, is it? Wow, that little light is a purple item. That's crazy. What was I doing here? Let me go back to... Actually, I don't think it costs to go from here to anywhere. It does. It definitely does. That's fine. I'm gonna go back here. 36 gold. Sure, why not? Confirm. So I had to reacquire Ember. Now, her skill did not reset. She's still whatever skill she was. She's only like 12 or 13, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit higher, but it did not reset. Her level is still the same. And I can show you that by pulling her out right now. So let's go ahead and pull her out. There she is there. Give it a second. It is summoning her. Where's she at? There she is. So if we click on her, we go to companion menu, and we go down to, actually we don't have to go down. You can see on the bottom right it says combat level 14. The thing that it did reset, or at least change, is the overview. Her rapport status, I believe, is different. I'm pretty sure it's higher on the other character. It's only up there a little bit with this one because we've been using her a little bit, but she still has all the equipment that we had from previously. She still has all the skills unlocked she had previously, and then whatever collectibles you have for your character is what she has. Now the thing is though that with her, if you max out her as a character, you do get their passives, which are always unlocked, but you have to max her out. So that's why I still currently have her. That's why I'm using her. I will probably end up doing it with all of the companions because I didn't know that their passives stay unlocked. Well, their one passive stays unlocked for you. So like with her, I think you get an extra thing to pickpocket. Normally you can only pickpocket someone like 3 times. Her passive isn't that great, but I do like her as a character, so I don't care. We're still going to end up using her. But instead of pickpocketing someone 3 times as a max, I'll be able to do it a 4th time and get better items. Someone like Alessander, I think he lets you acquire better items when you are stealing in general. Someone else has, I don't know, something that helps you with crafting. I don't know if that's true, but things like that. That's what it will help you with. The other thing is the sticker book. So the sticker book, and I thought that this was going to be a big issue with my character, but it is not. So the sticker book, or as they call it in-game, is the set item system. For characters, we just call it a sticker book. So you can come here to set items. You can take a look here. This is your sticker book. So to get here, you'll go to your options, which is your main menu here. I say options because it's the options button on the PS5 controller. Go to collections, and then you'll go to set items. Don't go to collections. Go to collections here, and then go to set items, and then in here, this is your sticker book collection. So at the top, you can see it says we have transmute crystals. We have 348 out of 1,000. You can only hold 1,000 at a time. Those transmute crystals can be gotten a lot of different ways. Most of them are from dailies, so you'll want to be doing your dailies. But the whole point of this is being able to craft things that you have already found. So let's say we'll look at Ebonheart Pact here, and we'll look at Deshawn because that's where we currently are. So you can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items that are unlocked. And you know they're unlocked because they are highlighted. The rest of these are grayed out, so they're not unlocked. If I decided that the Mother's Sorrow set here is something that I end up wanting to use, which it actually does not look too bad, especially if I'm going for crit. You can see 2 items is going to do max magicka. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th item all add crit chance. That last one being a lot. So say I want to do a whole set of this here. If I have everything unlocked that I want, I can use transmute crystals to craft these from here. The more items you have unlocked in a set, the cheaper it's going to cost you. So right now you can see up in the top right above my cursor there, you can see it says cost 58. So each one of these is going to cost me 58. If I decide to craft an entire set, I believe it's like 12 pieces, that's going to be 58 times 12. So a little bit on the expensive side, but doable. So if I come down to something where I have more stuff researched, so I think Stone Falls, yeah. So if you look here, I have all the way up to here. So what is that, like 16 pieces? So if I have all of these research, you can see these are only going to cost 39. The more pieces you have already learned, the cheaper it is going to cost you to transmute. If you want to transmute an item, you can't do it at a normal crafting station. You do have to go to the Clockwork City, or if If in a guild hall like the previous one that we were just at, if they have a transmute station in there, you can do it from in there. But the whole thing that I was concerned about is everything that I have been researching on the previous character, the one that I was using, this was not a thing before. This whole sticker book thing. I mean, they let you do this, I think, with the styles, but it wasn't like you couldn't recraft the item itself. You could just like learn the style, I think. But now they have this where you can actually relearn, or not relearn, you can recraft items that you have found, so that you can actually do the sets. This is good because it is account wide. So everything that I relearned, or not relearned, everything that I learned on the other character is unlocked for this character as well. And then everything that I'm going to do with this character is going to be unlocked for the other two characters as well. If I decide to make a new character today, everything that I made with that new character, or I'm sorry, everything that I already have learned will be applied to that new character. So I don't have to worry about going back and relearning anything. Like I said, with this character coming to here, this wasn't a thing before, so I was really worried about not being able to, or not that I was not, how can I say this? Not that I was worried about not being able to get them. I was just worried that it was going to make me backtrack a lot, because a lot of those things were found in like Stone Falls or Somerset, things like that. And these are areas that on this character are already complete. So if we look at Stone Falls, because Stone Falls is where I was still working in the other area, you can see everything here is already complete with this character. Like, I would still have to backtrack here just to learn some of those items. Luckily, because it's account wide, I don't have to do that. If you're wondering how you can learn those items, there are 4 different ways to learn those items. The very first one is very simple. Once you have a new item, let's see, I don't think we have anything at all, but let's see. So if I come in here, actually we can do it with one of the ones that we currently have anyway. So this here, these items here, these are daggers. It says at the top there they are Assassin's League daggers, but it's also the Giuliano set. So this Giuliano set is something that I crafted. If this was found in the open world and I liked the style or whatever, then if I wanted to learn this, what I would have to do is I can equip it. That's one way to do it. Just equip the item. The second way is you can actually come in here, find an item that I really should have waited. Here, we can do this. Withdraw. So let's say I wanted to learn this item here. Actually, this is perfect. So at the very top, you can see it says bind on equipped, not collected. So this Ebonheart Pact Elysian Sabatons, these are not learned by this character. Neither is the order set here. If I wanted to learn this, I can equip it, which will bind it to this character. That's the first way. The second way, I can hit triangle. I can hit bind. That will also bind it to the character. The third way would be to come over to a station where I would break those down. I think they were heavy, so that would be under blacksmithing. I would go to deconstruct and I would find them in here. I could deconstruct it here. That would also do it. And then the last way would also be by researching it. So if I didn't have that researched, I could come in here, find out whatever item it has. Now, obviously with that one, it is under sturdy. So if you look under sturdy for my Sabatons here, I already have it researched. So if you already have it researched, that's not going to work. But if you don't, that is the fourth way to learn that. So that is basically everything I wanted to go over with the game, as far as new characters, redoing your skills, redoing your traits, or not your traits, but redoing everything like that. With your traits, like I said before, you want to have as many traits as possible researched, mainly because if you don't, it is going to be harder to get a lot of those sets. So you can see here for the shield, which is why I wanted to switch back to this character. But for the shield, you can see I have everything already researched for the shield. If I look over here, I have everything except Nirnhone for the bow. Same, or no, that one, or no, that's back to the shield. There we go. Same thing here, everything except Nirnhone. Same thing here, same thing there, and same thing there. Nirnhone, I believe, is dropped in, what's it called? Craglorn. And I did not do too much Craglorn on this character, so that'll probably be my next goal, is just go to Craglorn and just start killing stuff, and hopefully I can get some of that stuff. That's a cool looking outfit there. But I can go there and I can hopefully find some Nirnhone stuff. Another thing that I can do is I can just come here to a random guild trader, go to the guild store, delete this. Why did that not delete? There we go. I can go to weapons, I can go to whatever weapon I decide I want to look for, and I can go to Nirnhone. And then I can search it. You can see that there's none there. Doesn't mean that that there's none at all. It just means there's not any in that guild. Come to this one, do the same thing. Should already be set. Destruction staff, all weapon types. Or I'm sorry, weapons, destruction staff, and then Nirnhone. Hit square, nothing there. Alright, let's come over here. Let's check this guy. Should be set, so we're just gonna hit X and then square. Okay, something's not right here.
Speak with me.
Am I missing something? Weapons. Destruction staff. That doesn't matter because it's just showing Inferno, Ice, or Lightning. Levels isn't going to matter. And I want Nirnhone. Interesting. Wonder if someone just bought them all out. Oh, no, you know what it is? I think a lot of these were just reset. So they need to repost the items, I think.
Yes.
That is crazy. So I looked at this yesterday because I was actually interested in doing it, buying the Nirnhone stuff. They were like 18,000 a piece. Let's see if they have apparel with Nirnhone. Still not. It's making me think that I'm doing something wrong here. That I don't have something sorted correctly. I have it to where it's all levels. Oh, here we go. I don't know how that got switched to blue. There you go, look at that. So there's Nirnhone stuff, so if we switch this back to weapons, and then back to a destruction staff, there you go. That's probably the cheapest one I've ever seen. And it's nice staff. I'll probably actually grab that.
Anything I...
Yep, 18,000, okay. So they weren't reset, they're just all... It was me, guys, it was me. And there's a couple more. 16,000. But yeah, if you guys have stuff like that, especially the Nirnhone stuff, you can see that you can make some pretty good money off of it. Because once you have it learned, it's not going to cost you much of anything to research, or I'm sorry, to craft. Let me see here. If we look at consumables, is it consumables? Materials. Trait, nope. Trait material. Weapon trait. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called like Nirn Crux. I'll just type in Nirn. Yeah, so look at that. Oh, well those ones are potent. I don't think it takes just potent. Give me a second, because I have some. Easiest way for me to do this, instead of scrolling through my menus, we're going to come up here, click on any one of these, go to create, all the way down to trait, and it is called Fortified Nirn Crux. So that is how you craft your Nirnhone stuff. At least it's fortified for clothing. I don't know if it's the same for all of them. Fortified. Let's check woodworking. Yeah, fortified Nern Crux. So I don't know what those potent ones are. Maybe that's the raw stuff.
Stupid ass motherfucker. Bro.
Can
You
I
can't
help
let a
you?
nigga use your goddamn car. What kind of shit that is, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry for the
And leave me the
language here,
fuck
guys.
alone,
Let me move
man.
away from him. Let's see. I want to see how much the
Greetings.
fortified Nern Crux costs. An ingredient for crafting weapons with intrinsic. It says that this is what's used. Why? Fortified Nern. Ah. Nern. Oh my god. Nern. I wonder... I'm confused about it. I think this is just a raw material. An ingredient for crafting weapons with an intrinsic trait. Alright, well, anyway, that is that, guys. If you guys have any questions over anything I went over, I do apologize if this went over an hour. But I did the best I could as far as giving you guys the info that you were looking for, that I told you I was going to give you. Like I said, questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comment section. If you guys got anything out of the video at all, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then you can also hit the notification bell icon if you'd like to see more. The notification bell icon will let you know every time I post videos or every time I go live. I have not went live in quite some time, and it will probably be a little bit longer before I can figure out a good schedule for that. But thank you all for joining me. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the 2 new subscribers during this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.